Showcasing business coast to coast. It's the Jon Robert Quinn Show. Welcome to the show.
Good evening, Sacramento. How are you doing? I am Jon Robert Quinn, the most amazing, most incredible man in the world. That is not true. That is not the truth, folks. All right, so this is the Jon Robert Quinn Show, episode 23. We got George Romansky. We've got Daniel Root. So, Mr. Dan Root, back for visit number 3.
Glad to be back.
So, you've been here, you had the first visit, you had the second visit, now you've got your own show coming on, July 4th, that premieres, and what have you seen so far with the process and how everything, from start to where you're at now?
Actually, I really do recommend your services.
Okay.
I've been wanting to do this kind of thing for the longest time because I really feel that education is the key to what I do, because people do not understand what's going on with the toxins that we're being exposed to every day. So your process has really helped me to get out there and educate, and I really highly recommend you.
It's funny because I'm driving down the road and I'm like, there's a toxic person, there's a toxic person.
Everybody
the
is.
guy's smoking, there's a toxic person.
Yep.
He's got a booze bottle, that's a toxic person. Thinking to myself, like, if I could just get out of the car right now and just hand business cards to every one of these people.
Please do.
You know, I mean, that's what it's about, though, right?
Yeah,
I mean, that's what we're doing. We're talking to people on the radio. We're leveraging those business cards by the listeners, by the viewers, and everyone. And that's what this whole thing is about. So tell me a little bit about the new show, first of all.
Well, the show actually is more of a book, if you will, because I've been trying to write this book called Don't Just Detox, Get Detoxinated. But the chapters of the book are pretty much what I plan to reveal in the show.
Now, are you going to build it into a series like we talked about, where you have the different books for the different parts of the business?
Absolutely.
I think it's the smartest approach. If somebody wants to learn about vitamin B6, or is it B3 or B6? B3, niacin. If they want to learn about that, there should be a whole book on that. You know, if the book is 60 pages, it's 60 pages, but at the end of the day, you have a stronger ROI, and you have an audience that's finding you based on that topic rather than passing by you. They want to find about that. They're going to buy that book.
Right.
And of course, you know, each book will tie into the next piece of the series.
Exactly. In today's show, we're even going to be talking about some of the things that are going to be on that first episode or second episode, where we're talking more about how to live a more toxin-free life, and anti-aging is key to this.
Now, we've recorded 2 so far? So tomorrow we'll record episode 3.
Right.
Okay, so we're right on track. Beautiful. All right, so tell me a little bit about what it is that you actually do.
So the whole process that we're doing is we're helping people to eliminate or reduce their exposures to the toxins that are causing most chronic illnesses and diseases, including cancers. So everybody out there is being exposed in every type of method possible. So we're seeing, you know, the food is really toxic. The water's toxic. The flooring, the new cars, even, as we were talking about.
Yeah, the new car smell. There's glues. There's plastics. There's all kinds of stuff that they're putting in there, and we're breathing all of that in. And you know, the tar on the road and the smog on the road. You're driving by and there's a semi truck and it's blowing smoke. Just everything, and we're just breathing all of that into our body,
Right.
and then our fatty cells are storing all of that.
Yes, exactly. So
I'm learning.
Yeah, the body's capable of processing normal toxins, or what we call water-soluble toxins. So the liver and the kidneys and the colon do a great job. However, they're getting overwhelmed by all the toxins that are out there right now. So other things like heavy metals, persistent organic pollutants, and synthetic chemicals are all getting absorbed into our fat because the body's never dealt with these in all the evolution or in all the years that we've been on the planet. So in the last couple of 100 years, there's been more toxic chemicals produced by man. Over 100,000, in fact, are currently being manufactured, and out of that, less than 10% have been actually tested against human subjects for safety. So, and even less than that, less than 1% have been tested for any kind of combinations.
For me, I think about, I remember, the wife and I, we buy bottled water, and even though it's better than the stuff that's in the sink, but it's still not great. It still has its own issues. But we drink the bottled water, and then what happens when we run out of bottled water? We immediately go to the faucet, and it's almost got like this grainy taste to it. It tastes like dirt. It's got a grainy taste.
Sure.
Sediments. Yeah, and that's what we're drinking, and that's what we're putting in our bodies. And then of course, there's fluoride, and there's all these different things that they're putting in there. Explain to me the effects that these have and what these things are.
Well, a lot of the chemicals are producing everything from the cancers, and the inflammation is the biggest problem. Inflammation is what is causing most diseases because the body's having to react to these chemicals in your system. So the neurodegenerative diseases, your chronic fatigue, your chronic pain, joint pain, or even rheumatoid arthritis, things like that are all being caused by these toxins. And there's also the poor nutrition because the food that we're eating is toxic and been processed out of any nutritional value.
Correct. I'll probably stop and get drive-through on the way home. I know that Romanski's is a lot like me. We talked about Jack in the Box tacos one time and got big old smiles on our faces when we think about it.
I know, but it's funny because
they're disgusting, aren't they?
Yeah, they're disgusting. But as I get older, I mean, his topic actually intrigues me. I just got back from my doctor's appointment and did some blood work on me, and knock on wood, there's no diabetes, nothing like that at all. But my cholesterol's a little bit high, and he said that I'm lacking some vitamin D. So maybe
that would be sun.
We could talk a little bit. Okay, well, I've been inside working my butt off all the time.
Yeah, they told me
I'm
that
inside listing home, so it's like I can't.
They told me my triglycerides are up, whatever that is. I have no clue.
Basically, it's the fatty acids and things that are actually where the toxins get stored, believe it or not. So your fat cells are lipids. So fat cells are basically absorbing these toxins. But like I said, the body can process normal toxins like that can be converted to water soluble. But the real problem is the ones that are fat stored, and that's what we deal with.
And that's why that's where fatigue comes from. That's why where our cloudiness in our head comes from. That's where we eat and we feel like crap afterward. It's because that's what it is. It is the toxins. And what you guys do is you not eliminate it, because it's almost impossible to eliminate it, but you dramatically reduce it, guaranteeing a 70 to 100%
improvement in symptoms.
Correct.
Yes. Now, the 30% is what we're actually able to empirically justify as far as the body burden reduction. So, but the toxins that we're dealing with are so bad and so invasive to us that most people don't even understand what is happening to them, and the fluoride is one of the reasons why it dumbs us down. So, we're getting basically hit from all sides. And
is that what's wrong with our millennials? They're full of toxins. Is that why they're so dumb?
Honestly, let's not even go there with them. Please, come on.
Honestly, there's a big problem with estrogen in the water, and the estrogen is coming from all sources. Women, they take the pregnancy pill, and they basically urinate this out into our water system, which the water system is unable to process these synthetic chemicals, and estrogen is part of that. So our water processing systems only deal with biological waste. And so anything chemical or toxic is not being filtered out.
So here's the thing. I think that if anybody is grossed out by this and wants to contest it, look it up.
Yes, absolutely.
Research it. If you think that he's full of baked beans, research it. Because there's a reason why he's sitting in this chair. There's a reason why he has a show. There's a reason why he has the experience he has, and he's second generation. There's a reason why he's doing this. All right, so I can't wait. Good. Yeah, he looks like freaking Mario Lopez. Does he not look like Mario Lopez?
I'll even admit I'm 55 this year. So, you want to look this good at 55?
I know.
Yeah, seriously, he looks like Mario Lopez.
You mentioned something about the estrogen being leaked into the waterways and stuff. And maybe that's why we're having all the crying rooms at the colleges. Because the guys are drinking that water somehow.
Maybe that's wrong with the leftists. They're just all the estrogen.
Exactly, it's all the estrogen. I mean, that is a woman chemical. Sorry, ladies.
We solved the protest problem.
Sorry, ladies. I mean,
crybabies.
This is kind of an all-male show right now.
Gosh.
Okay, so.
Oh goodness gracious, that's funny. Dan Root, getdetoxinated.com. Getdetoxinated.com. 916-366-0999. 916-366-0999. We're going to go to a break. We're going to come back and wrap up. We'll be right back.
Showcasing business coast to coast. It's the Jon Robert Quinn Show.
Welcome back to the most amazing, most incredible show, the Jon Robert Quinn Show. Segment 4 is brought to you by Cherry Frame, 916-899-1743. Do you have peace of mind when it comes to your retirement? If not, you need to have that serious heart-to-heart with Cherry. Learn more at cherryframe.net. You've met Cherry, right? You've met Cherry.
Yep.
Steve's
lady.
met Cherry. Brilliant woman. And personally, she's one of my closest friends. It's so funny. All of my close friends are all like old.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
I appreciate that.
They're old.
They're old.
Hey, I'm like mid-30s, so you guys are old
Please,
compared
you
to
pup.
me. Look at Steve's back there laughing.
Oh my God.
All of my friends all have one. You know what's going to be funny is you guys are all going to come out to my concert, and all these like gray-haired, white-haired people are going to be out in the audience
I'll
and be
bring
like,
my cane with me, okay?
well,
My
good
walker.
thing the show starts at 7:30. You guys can be home for Jeopardy.
Exactly.
I don't watch TV.
Oh my gosh.
I do listen to the radio, though.
Oh, goodness gracious. That's just classic. All right. So, Mr. Dan Root, what have you done to become healthier?
You know, that's a very good question because if people just learn to change their mindset about what they're choosing for their body, you know, things like what kind of water do you drink, grow your own vegetables if you can, just a few. And if you have to buy organic food from the store because you're not growing it yourself, and by the way, I did say organic because you don't want to be buying just any kind of food at the stores.
You're telling me that canned tomatoes are not good.
No.
Okay.
Especially since the can lining may have BPA in it.
Yeah,
which,
exactly.
By the way, we're talking about estrogen in the water. Well, BPA in bottles and cans is very well known for being an endocrine disruptor or actually causing mutation in the genes.
Well, here's the thing is we're talking about such small traces, yet it compounds.
Right. Everything stores in the fat.
It compounds, and it becomes a bigger problem, and a bigger problem, and a bigger problem. And what's funny is you see a post on Facebook. I think you actually commented on one. It says we had bread for 5,000 years, but within the last 5, everyone's glucose intolerant.
Yeah.
Why is that? It's because of all the crap we have in our bodies.
Exactly. And also, we've got the pesticide or herbicide problem with the fact that the GMOs are allowing for more of the herbicides to be sprayed onto them, and then they also will use that to desiccate the wheat before they make the bread. So the problem is so much greater. But let me tell you a little bit more about what I do. So I do have a vegetable garden and a fruit orchard, and I don't have that big of a backyard. It's just that I've structured it so that it's more usable that way. The other thing, too, is that I've got one of the best filters on the market, which is a Berkey water filter. I also we make our own toothpaste, so we don't have fluoride. We
Oh, really?
That's right, and
And you have all of your original teeth.
I do, as a matter of fact.
Okay,
and,
so
and
that defunks that nonsense, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
I also got rid of all my amalgam fillings because of the mercury. So,
Yeah.
and that is something that should not be taken lightly. If you do this, make sure you use a biological dentist or one who is very familiar with the toxic
Well,
mess.
if people don't
makes.
have it, if they don't know how mercury affects your body, go and do some research on Abraham Lincoln and look at what the things he was dealing with his I think it was an antidepressant medication that he was taking that had mercury in it. It made him into a nut job.
Really?
You didn't know this.
I didn't
It
know
made
that.
him crazy to the point where he was beating people up on the campaign.
Yeah.
Really?
Almost didn't become president because of his blue pills.
Yeah.
Very interesting, huh? And
Very
as soon as he
interesting.
quit taking the mercury, all of a sudden he was a normal person again.
Wow.
And the other thing I do is I have a chlorine filter on my showers. So we make sure that we're not exposed as much to the chlorine. In fact, in my hot tub, I'm using a product that allows me to use a significantly less amount of chlorine. So we don't get that horrible chlorine smell, and blonde girls don't turn green and all that. So, but
Plug.
Oh, goodness.
It reminds me of that one song that Blondie had about the guitars and the alien come down and eat your head. Remember that one?
yes,
Remember that?
It's just too funny. No, but you're absolutely right. I mean, go to a water park and smell disgusting, just everything. Yeah.
And I think I was mentioning that if you have to buy your food at the store and you're not growing it yourself, then they make a product you can spray to remove any toxins that are coated over these.
So can I
vegetables.
spray my Chef Boyardee and my SpaghettiOs?
No amount would take care of the problem there.
Are you serious? You still eat Chef Boyardee?
Dude, SpaghettiOs are so bomb. Have you had SpaghettiOs with meatballs lately? They are so good, dude.
You got this expert here.
I know,
and you're
right?
telling him you eat
all
Chef Boyardee.
All I'm thinking about, I swear to you right now, all I'm thinking about are Sobe and Lunchables. That's what's going through my head right now.
He had to get up and slap you in the head right now. Just whack across the head.
Now, I have to say, though, there is the 80-20 rule that I do live by. So 80% of the time I'm eating right and I'm doing the right things as far as decisions go on what I put onto or into my body. Especially, anything that's the skin, is going to absorb everything you put on it. So anything that's got chemicals is going to go straight into your skin. And that's where actually most of the bioaccumulation occurs.
So you're also doing a reverse compound then. Instead of, putting 100% in, okay, you're putting 80 in. And so you're constantly flushing yourself out with a larger
So I think
detoxing.
I think part of what he does is he uses his Berkey filter at home and cleans his shot glasses, and then goes to the bar and just sucks down whiskey all night.
Oh my God!
I know nothing. I admit to nothing.
Oh my God!
But no, 80-20. That's a good rule to live by. So
no, absolutely, because what you're doing is you're reducing, and I mean you still have to live. We are living in a dirty world. It is what it is.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But when you get toxic, come to us because we'll get you detoxinated.
And now we've got about a minute and a half or so before I've got to go to our close. Talk to me about your saunas.
So the full spectrum infrared is what we use at our centers because the full spectrum gets into the different layers of the tissues and all the way down to about 1.5 inches deep to where the sebaceous sweat can be drawing out those toxins.
That's the sticky sweat.
That's that sticky sweat that you don't normally get when you're just working out in the yard or whatever. But the saunas themselves are great for fatigue. They're great for, like I said, cellular regeneration or healing, and the chronic pains and all kinds of inflammatory issues.
Not
can be dealt
sleeping
with.
well, not eating well,
Correct.
indigestion, believe it or not, because your body is storing all that crap.
That's right. And so we do sell them, and we're the only clear light jacuzzi sauna dealer in the region. So please, come down and try one for 15 minutes. But I'd like you to make an appointment since we've got people in the program.
So getdetoxinated.com, 916-366-0999, getdetoxinated.com, 916-366-0999, and also the new show, Get Detoxinated with Dan Root on Money 105.5 with me emceeing starting July 4th, 10 p.m., again, 105.5 FM.
Congrats on your new show, though.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely, yes.
I'm
And again,
excited. Tune in.
Both you guys, you have yours as well. When does yours air?
You have it said that you have the schedule set up. So
all right, just go to
I'll wait for you.
ypay6%.com.
Brilliant one.
It's there.
That's right.
All right, have a good night, guys.
Thanks, John.